Tables and chairs warmed by all of the dust. This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel at home.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen, for the Pro Cycling Manager World Cup 25. I am the biggest of all dogs, and this is Tour Final. These are the World Championships, and these will be the champions of the world. And speaking of which, I am, of course, one of them, your most recent 200TT champion of the world. And now that that's out of the bag, let's keep looking at the participants. Tonight we have, well, let me see if everyone is in the lobby to start with. We have, I believe so, but just checking on the server real quick. We have Basso, Snake, Agap, El Colombiano, Hush, and Everyteal. So everyone is here. We also have Ben Young. He is the external host and lead organizer, and of course myself, the biggest of all dogs. And just realized that I was muted on Discord, but that does not affect my stream. Welcome, Ben Young. And we are, I think, about ready to start. Time is correct. We are on time, and we have everyone here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, someone is missing. Snake. Who is missing? I think Hushy. No, Hushy's here. Snake, Basso, Everteal. Need to check Agap. Agap is missing. I wonder if we're gonna have a reserve reach the final. That would be, I don't even know if that's allowed by rules. We shall see. As we wait for the fate of Agap, I do not see if he, I don't see him. Oh, he says he's coming, so we shall have the Ukrainian participant. I remember I used to be good at all the stats thing, but it's been a year since I've done this, and I have no idea who here in this lobby has actually won a world championship, except obviously the defending champion Basso, except me and Ben Young, which is fun days. I think Hush is actually a former tour winner, and no, that was Fully Close maybe. But looking at these participants, I would obviously put the full favoritism on Basso, defending world champion, considered the greatest PCM player there is at this moment. There's like the holy trinity of PCM players right now that people mostly consider to be Basso, Joe Whiteley, and Leo Falandri, obviously always, although he's not here today, but still one of the GOATs. And with the other two not being here, and Basso always being the favorite in any lobby that he is, there might be additional pressure for him, and sometimes he doesn't react well to that. Let's see if he bottles it or not. Looking at the competition, while it's not a walk in the park, to be relatively honest, there would be harder lobbies, but It's also PCM 24, which is a very how to put it politely. Well, I'm not sponsored by Cyanide and Alcohol this year, so it's a very shit game when it comes to tour, and definitely not always the best man will win, or most of the time the best man won't even win. But when I look at Snake, I would definitely put him as a top contender here to try and deny the favoritism to Basso to try and get his gold medal. I would say Hush definitely also gonna try something. I believe it was Hush fighting for overall reservist in tour at some point. So was I, and we both entered, and he's here in the final. And then on the second line of contenders, I would have to put always El Colombiano with game name El Kaiser here, because he's the probably the most offensive player in this lobby, the most attacking player in this lobby, and often he will do crazy attacks, crazy moves that often will be actually allowed. And if you give a time gap to someone dangerous like him, things can happen. You know, it's tour. People will play politics, look at each other, expecting the others to work. You know, like Del Toro and the Giro. You know, stuff will happen. Not always good. And then on the third line, I would say Ebritil and Agap. Agap is another one of those experienced players. He's also, we are launching by the way. He's also an uncertainty, as he will often also be conservative in the peloton and then try and strike later. What PCM players call as rat, typical word used by PCM players, but Agap has his skills and his merits, and he's here by his own performance. Very veteran player at this point. Most of us are. I think him and Evertil. Evertil is definitely the biggest outsider for this final. Rookie or close to it, doing a wonderful season. I wanted to leave my riders in auto, but it could actually win. I don't want to risk it, so I'm going to put like 71, and we're good to go. We have Preva from Agap, first rider to go. Mine do not count. I'm just the commentator and streamer. Sivakov from Snake. He is the first leader to take the road. Let us look at him for a bit, as we marvel in the joy of full graphics in PCM. Look at these quote-unquote amazing full graphics. If you just joined me, I'm the biggest of all dogs, with my silent host Ben Young here, also in the voice chat, but not speaking. He is hosting this lobby, external host, and we have Sivakov about to finish. He did finish, 6:17. Let's try and look to other leaders. Trying to find them actually. Martinez here. Trying to find other leaders. I don't really see any. Lady Martinez takes the lead. Trying to find some more leaders. Actually, it was Lady Martinez, but I actually won the TT. That can't be right. Oh. That cannot be. Oh yes, I forgot him in auto. Sorry, Ben Young. Don't kill me. That was actually accidental. I forgot him in auto. Here we go. Mark Padoun from Agap, second leader. That I can see. Gonna close at 25 seconds. Valentin Madouas for Snake. Pierre Latour does not. If a guy in auto wins this, then I'm gonna laugh a lot. Igita. Remco Evenepoel for Basso. 22 seconds. Oh no, you are not gonna win this. There we go. You are definitely not gonna win this. Okay. Waiting to see. There we go. Romain Bardet, Evertil's leader. 25 seconds. Chavez. Rui Costa, another stage contender. Another Rui Costa. Pudiak. 14 seconds. I cannot believe AI is actually gonna win this. I'm laughing my ass off. But I guess no one brought the time trialist, and I didn't even bother to choose riders. Julien Alaphilippe. closes at 22 seconds, and we have, I think, the final leader, Egan Bernal. It is 28 seconds, so leaders are within 20 something seconds. Oh no, no, Almeida, don't you even dare about it. Don't you even dare about it. There we go. Oh, finally we have a new leader, Marc Sao, thank the Lord. And I don't remember who France 3 is, but we keep having new leaders. I'm more relieved. Mark Cavendish will close the time trial. I'm going to have the first stage results very soon. Let's check them. It was Hush, then Mark Cavendish for Basso in second, 1 second down. Snake third, 3 seconds down. Then Kononenko fourth, 4 seconds down. And same time Kokar 5 seconds. If you look quickly at the leaders, trying to find them, still some 78s here. But I remember that the gaps were very similar, maybe 5-6 seconds difference. We have Lenny Martinez 29 seconds for Hushy. We have Remco Evenepoel 32 seconds for Basso, and then we have Pavel Sivakov for Snake 33 seconds down. So there's like small differences so far that I can see. Romain Bardet 35, Almeida doesn't count, Egan Bernal 38. I don't think there's even 20 seconds difference total as we launch for stage 2. Orsay, Paris, Champs-Élysées, of course it is. Of course it had to be here. I just thought it would be the last, but we go. We go visit France with PCM's full graphics. Okay, I'm gonna zero my riders and then put a relatively small tempo. There we go. Quick compositions when I can. Where is the? There it is. I'm getting pinged. Okay. I'm gonna sort my riders first. There we go. And then I will look at this 50 relay even. And we have, everyone has the 82 mountain, which is the GC leader, the 78 climber, the second climber, the hill rider, and the sprinter. Then Basso, El Colombiano, and Ebritil have the second sprinter. Agap has the cobble rider and the cobble helper for Snake and Hush. Those are the main differences. Let me quickly check the parkour. We can put 65 on this. Let me quickly, if I can in stage, I don't remember. I think I can't. Yeah, I can't. Oh, I can. We have mountain and mountain. So interesting choices here. The sprinter for this stage seems like a logical choice, regardless of if we think it might compensate in the long run. For this stage, he seems like an obvious choice, a sprint stage. Personally, I don't know if I would bring him myself, and we have Ebritil going with Martin, Renard, and Julien Alaphilippe, so puncher, 78 mountain guy, and the 77 sprinter. First break attempt of this tour final. And let's see who follows. And in the meantime, as I was saying, the cobble helper is always a wild card in this TB. It's a very OP rider, and it might come very, very handy. The cobble rider, sorry. Which was the choice of Agap, but I don't know if it's gonna pay off in the long run, to be honest, with the 2 mountain stages coming. Ebritil coming with 3 riders for the first KOM of this fire, or the third KOM. Let me see the other 2 how it went. It was already him, so it's I believe, no, Madoise, don't know who that is even. We'll check. But Ebritil takes another KOM, and he has 15 kilometers to go until the 4th and final one. Going into the intermediate sprint, if he could take his 77 sprinter there, he would have 15, 12, and 10 points for grabs if you could keep the break going. But we have a response now by Agap, Basso, El Colombiano, Ebritil. I do not see Snake. Snake is relaying in the peloton. Let's see if he responds. Let's check riders quickly. We have 70, 83 sprinter from Agap actually, and we have Cobbles guy. El Colombiano has Higuita, puncher, sprinter, and sprinter. Ebritil Ooh, we have a counter attack from Agap. Teal attacking with his leader, I believe. Yes, he is. Bold move from the French participant in his first final of a World Championship, and he's striking with his team attack. Lovely to see. Let's see, the peloton is not responding appropriately, but there's no need to panic. It's not a big gap yet. And we have Ebritil fighting in two fronts currently. He's 4 kilometers away from the KOM, but El Colombiano attacking into it with Molano, Sergio Higuita, and Gaviria. And we have now Agap catching up. Basso needs to try and go again, and Snake actually catches up to 2 of the former fugitives. Basso with a full train there. 4 men at least. There we go. In the front, it's going to be Guillaume Martin taking the KOM, followed by Alaphilippe and Renard. El Colombiano still desperately trying to catch up with Agap in his wheel. Very, very attacking performance from Ebriti so far. We do have Guillaume Martin and Madouaz. It's 3-1. I didn't even look. But yeah, it only says 1 here, so not sure what that's about. I do not remember the button to hide this creepy stuff. The rider's thingy. Agap attacking, Budiak, Kononenko. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Just gonna speed up a bit. There you go. Back to how we were, and let us see if someone strikes again. But now it's gonna be a big fight for positioning for the intermediate sprint. So unless somebody wins now, even on this turn, it's probably going to be very unlikely that an attack succeeds. A lot of people are going to be interested in that intermediate sprint and the 15 points it gives. It's Evriti again with Mollard, Renard and Cocard. So this time taking the 83 sprinter. Attack for the sprint. Does not succeed as expected. We see the trains forming. It's Basso catching up to the French player. Agap sort of trying to make his train there in the middle, although Kononenko is a bit stuck. He's in the wheel of, seemed in the wheel of Hashi, but he was just dangling there in the peloton. Now we have Eriti on the left side, we have El Colombiano on the right side. In the middle we have Snake and Agap, and everyone else seems a bit lost as we go down the tunnel and exit in this very famous section. And Snake now with a 2-man train, Saro and Madouas. 6-man train from Hashi with game name Laurence Piti. And Agap accelerating. Let's see who takes the intermediate sprint. It's Evriti on the left, Agap accelerating into it. Let's see when he launches. Launch is made by Snake. Snake is sprinting, Snake is sprinting, Snake is sprinting, and it's gonna be, I think, Evriti. Game says Cocard, Saro, Payonway, so I think that is correct, but we'll see. It is indeed Payonway and Saro. I don't remember who is even who. Let me quickly check. Payonway would be France 3, which is Hashi. She won the intermediate sprint. It did look like Ebritil in my image, but the host has the correct results always. Participants asking for ×2 until last 20. Let us see if it is obliged or not. Obviously they cannot, but it would still be funny as hell. I guess with an agreement. 80 kilometers to go, and we have a procession here in the Champs-Élysées. But Ebritil again striking, and his sprinter getting a bit lost there though. He decided not to take him. He's moving with 78 Mountain, the 77 Sprinter, and the 74 Mountain Helper. Bringing some action into this race, or else it would just be a procession here in Paris. Snake takes the front of the chase. Basso close to him, but not. There's no collaboration right now. Just Snake putting tempo with his 3-man. With this, Elritil is already taking 30 seconds. Not a big gap. He's going to need more. Let's see if Snake tries to bridge. See if Snake tries to bridge. He does not. And he does now. Takes advantage of the gap and just slightly accelerates into Elritil attack now from Basso, taking the 83 Sprinter. Every time I look at a 6-man train at a World Championship final, one that isn't even made by me, I die inside for a bit. We have Basso, Snake and LAT at this move. Only 36 seconds though, not enough of a gap. And Hashi attacks with 4 men. See, he does have his sprinter there, the yellow jersey. Seconds, a gap moving with 3 riders back into a break position. I believe El Colombiano surprisingly is the only one not there, but they do not collaborate ahead. No one put pace and everyone is back up to speed. As I see Hashi going again with a 4-man train. Let's see, he still has a sprinter there. Does not have the leader obviously. It wasn't a bad move made when there was no actual pace in the peloton, no understanding, no anything going on, and he took his chance, got a 40-second gap, but still very short, still 60 kilometers to go, and I see El Colombiano moving on the right side with RT on the left, putting tempo, low tempo though, and this will allow Hashi to get 1 minute. Let me quickly check. Stage 1 also gave points. Ben Young tells me about the green jersey classification. It's Pengaway leading, then Saho I believe is Aperiti, Pengaway is Hashi I believe, and then Snake 3rd place and Basso 4th. It's 25, 22, 21, 20 points. We have a move from Snake reacting to the attack, and he takes his 83 Sprinter. 54 kilometers to go, round and round we keep going, and it's still Hush with 4 riders at the front, losing gap now, a gap accelerating like a madman with Snake on his wheel, and Hush attacks with his actual leader, joins into that movement. See if the timing was good. He desperately needs to accelerate into the remaining chasers, and he gets it. He gets the gap, followed by Everiti, Basso, and now it's an attack fest, and let's see who survives the carnage. No one has dropped. Everiti there, Everiti, I spoke too soon. He needs to accelerate now. He needs to accelerate now. It's controlled, and everyone is back as they started. Per the rules, we cannot obviously times 2 a World Championship final, but it isn't for lack of desire from the participants, because this procession is just, well. El Colombiano with the 6-man train attack, and passes in the finish line. Obviously not the end of the stage yet. We are in the circuit of the Champs-Élysées, and El Colombiano is, as I told you in the preview at the beginning of the race, one of the most offensive player of this lobby for sure. But now, necessarily the best defensive player, but the most consistently offensive, because he will always try to find a way to attack. That South American fighting spirit, never surrender, never die attitude. He already has 34 seconds, and with 40 kilometers to go, obviously that's not big. He would need to try and commit his entire team to this to keep going if he wanted to try, but it does not seem feasible at this point. But let's see what he does. Chasing organized by Hashi, Paso, Snake. Actually, everyone is now collaborating perfectly, and that's bad news for El Colombiano. As we look at his delightful 6-man trade, I'm surprised I already said this more times than I expected in a World Championship final, but it is what it is. 34 seconds, 34 kilometers to go. It is a very small gap. There is no reason to believe it will succeed, but let's see. 29 seconds. This is, however, contributing to a fast resolution of the stage. That is, as the riders keep going faster, this nightmare will end sooner. And we have 27 seconds. El Colombiano fighting with his life to try and keep that gap open. He's going to lose Juan Esteban Chavez, 74 Mountain Helper. So he's definitely committing the riders to try and keep this gap open. Still at 29 seconds. We're going to the cobble section. He's desperately trying to hold on. This tunnel is so annoying, man. Why are people pinging me in the middle of a final? Well, except if it was BigDog, but it is not. Oh, LAT 78 Mountain Rider dropped. Some helpers are paying for the effort they did in early breaks. Everyone is caught up to speed now. As I was checking Discord, El Colombiano was caught. 5 for him, 6 for Snake, 6 for Basso, 5 for Hashi, I believe, or 6 actually. And LAT struggling with 4. A-Gap still has 6. The dropped riders are 2 from Ibriti and 1 for El Colombiano, was Esteban Chavez. As we enter the final 20 kilometers of the stage, the sprint trains will begin preparing and fighting for position. And I have too much zoom here, to be honest. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Better. As you can see, last 18 kilometers, there are already some positional fights. Hush positioning at the front, left side for Snake. In the middle, alongside Hush, is El Colombiano. Basso trying to get that positioning on the right side alongside Ebriti, but there's going to be a lot of messy moments here. We see it. Quick view at the inside of the peloton as everyone is fighting for positioning. Dazzle yourselves with the amazing full graphics of this game. Back to normal view for the fight of the trains. It's still Snake. Was on the left side, dangles between left and middle. Ebriti on the right side, and there's a nasty fight there for positioning in the middle. We have a lot of fights going on here. And final 6 kilometers to go. The acceleration is going to be starting to be massive at this point as everyone tries to deliver their sprinter for the final closing kilometers of this stage. Look at how the riders battle among themselves for the position. There's trains falling a little bit apart here. El Colombiano struggling here with his riders trying to catch up. A-Gap prime position in the middle, but his train also breaks. And it is Basso that comes up at the front. Perfect positioning attack by Warren Barry. It was An attack that did not come to be. The sprint is launched. It's gonna be El Colombiano. It's gonna be El Colombiano. It's gonna be El Colombiano. And he takes the win. Followed by Hashi and only then Basso. Then El Colombiano still does the fourth. And Saro, then Basso. Wow. Coming out of nowhere, El Colombiano took the lead of the sprint. And it was a very messy, random sprint to be fair. But props to El Colombiano, did his sprint well, avoided blocks, and got the second stage win. 2 stages, 2 winners. And A-Gap was only 8th. And who else am I missing? We're gonna see in the results. We're gonna see in the results. Oh yes, I forgot my team. Of course I did. Let's go, sprint. Perfect. It was El Colombiano, Hush in second, Basso third, El Colombiano does the fourth as well, Snake only fifth, Basso still gets the sixth, Hush gets the seventh, then A-Gap only 8th, and Every T I cannot even find him here. He was 22nd, so probably blocked. I didn't see him particularly in the sprint. Probably blocked, trying to see who dropped. No leaders dropped, so all is good. Gaps only to some helpers. And best team of the world, the Big Dogs team, 10:56 down. Quick look at the general classification. Ping away for Hashi leads, followed by Mark Cavendish second. And Gaviria third. In the points it is still Hashi 55, Gaviria second, KOM still, well already we have KOM with Martin and Madouas 3-1. So Hashi currently leading GC points, and then Every T leading KOM. Movistar award also for Hush, Young Riders does not matter, but also for Hush, almost a clean sweep for the French so far. See, I can now go to sleep in peace, says El Colombiano, but there's still a lot of work to be done. For him, winning a stage in the final, obviously something to be proud of. For everyone that is there, it always is. But now we have the climb to the Sestriere, and boy, I think it's gonna get heat up here. We have, wait, why do we have a re? Did you crash or... Benyon? Welcome to the chat, John Gacho, Mikun, Every of course. Welcome to all, thank you for being here. Who will have the balls in this lobby, asks Jonathan Gacho. Well, so far we've seen an interesting, hard-fought race, plenty of attacks. A lot of people trying to get their luck. El Colombiano had his full team in stage 2 at the front at one point. It was not meant to be. Definitely not the most appropriate stage for that. And we go stage 3 of 5, Aosta Sestriere, 231.1 kilometers. Mammoth stage, but as we know in this game, big mountain stages won't always, if at all, make differences. It obviously always depends on how people ride them, but the game isn't very propitious to that, because often you can actually waste a lot of energy, not be protected enough, and still finish with or near the riders that finish. So skill will always be a little bit part of it, but it's going to be hard to predict what happens here with such a broken game. I am not sponsored by Cyanide and Nacon, so it is what it is. Very broken game. Not always will logic dictate things, not always will skill be a deciding factor, but there's still room for some interesting things to be seen here in such a hard stage. Again, dropping my riders. And there we go. 60 relay. I will keep an eye on them though, because I do not want them to catch back. 50 relay even. Truly hope I do not get out of time limit. Trying to manage it as best as I can. players still organizing their trains. There's no big fight for positions. There's no break attempts yet. We're just cruising here on the flat, one of the very few flat portions of the stage, probably the only true flat part, so to speak. And soon we will be climbing into Colle San Carlo. It's a 11-kilometer hard climb, max at 13%, average 8.723 black sections, which is the steepest, and a lot of full auto pace in the black parts, and then we have, for the most part, red gradients. So it's going to be very steep, and we are still waiting to see if we have brakes or not. Hush is the first to strike foreman. 78 mountain, 74 mountain, puncher, and sprinter. Having to slow down my riders again. A-Gap is going to follow with Budiak and Klepikov. And we have Snake with 3 riders as well, including a 78 mountain rider, 74 mountain rider, and the Cobbles helper. None of that was meant to be, except for Hashi. Everything is as it was. There's a small gap actually now for these tall riders I had not noticed. We have Basso. Basso has Foss, he has Rui Costa, and he has Alaphilippe. Snake has 74, 78, and 76. El Colombiano has Streem, 78, Puncher, and 74. So every T has 77 Sprinter, 78 Mountain Rider, 74 Mountain Rider, and who else? I think that's it. Thought I saw Foot Rider, I did not. Mark Cavendish from Basso temporarily leading the break, which already has 2 minutes. And people here chilling in the peloton. But I see Snake. Snake at the front is always a dangerous place to let him be. Has to be watched like a hawk. A-Gap with 4 riders in the peloton. Bit handicapped comparing to the others. We have movement at the front, and it is Snake. He's going to try to take the Colle San Carlo ahead of everyone else. Basso putting some pace at the front with Mark Cavendish, and we have very calm peloton. I am not sure what just happened to my Streamlabs, but I'm pretty sure it's not meant. Okay, now it's not. Come on. And I will leave the image here in the breakaway and be back in 30 seconds. 1 hour and 20. Okay, thanks, Mignon. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back, and as we are back, we have Bouchard and Nance Peters going into the first KOM of the stage for Snake, LRT, Basso following. A-Gap, El Colombiano, trying to see. I see a lot of carnage in here. Let me see the yellow jersey group. No, that one doesn't matter. Let me see. Where are the leaders actually? I see Bernal here. I see Pardon here. KOM was won by Hashi, so trying to see the leaders. I did lose a bit of the race. Okay, Basso is the first one up the road, followed by Snake, Bardet, and now Hashi. Then A-Gap is here, and El Colombiano is the where is El Colombiano? Here. So all leaders seem to be back together except Basso on the run with Remco Evenepoel and Alaphilippe. Back to the break. It is Basso, RT, and Snake. Now Hershey playing catch up, but the real fight lies here behind, where El Colombiano refuses to drop a rider to help Bernal, and knowing how the game works, perhaps he isn't as wrong. It could be wrong in the past, now I can't even criticize that. Snake moving with Sivakov, Bernal with the right idea, trying to follow his wheel, and A-Gap, Hashi isolated with his leader as well. LRT still taking Alaphilippe with Bardet. As we have Remco Evenepoel reaching the escapees, and Bernal and Sivakov about to close. If you're playing against Basso in a lobby, there's a very simple methodology to deal with him. If he attacks, follow him. Whatever he does, replicate. People seem to be afraid to follow Basso for some reason, as if he was a mythical creature. He is not. I mean, I'm not gonna comment on some of the things he's done, because I won't. That's not what I'm here to do, although we all know what I'm talking about. But he's not a mythical creature. There's nothing to fear. You either look at him, go ahead, don't follow him. He's obviously gonna win with a 10-minute gap. Or you follow him, and it's gonna be a 50-50. Either you or him. Even though he's probably one of the best energy managers, no one is invincible. And if you fear and do not attack, obviously he's always going to win. So always follow Basso is the advice I give to anyone that ends up in a lobby with him. It's not hard to do, and it removes some of his favoritism. Definitely stops him from winning with 10-minute gap. Yeah, I see that things exploded. We have the that's KOM with Bouchard leading. We'll go back to that after this first cat. Basso attacking with Tobias Foss for the second KOM of the evening in this particular stage. Well, second real KOM, to be honest. And Martinez, Chavez, and it is RT attacking with Guillaume Martin. Is he gonna take the KOM? He is. Basso second, El Colombiano third, and trying to see. We have Bardet here, Bernal here, Sivakov, Evenepoel, Padoun. Am I missing someone? I don't think so. I think everyone is here, and if we have an update, we do have an update on the KOM. It's RT now leading, and then Basso 19, 12, and 10 points for Bouchard, which I always forget who the fuck is France for. Let me check. Too many Frances here. Should ban the so many French. I'm kidding, obviously. France 4 is Snake. Snake trying to play catch up to the first group that still has 3 isolated riders in Basso, RT, and El Colombiano, all 78 mountain riders, and now it's Hashi following with his puncher to help his 78 mountain rider, and Snake working here. There's Snake, I see El Colombiano, I see LT, Hashi. I think everyone is here with more or less riders, but everyone is here. A-Gap is down to 2, LT is down to 2, 2 for Snake, 3 for Boss, oh actually 3 for Snake. Let's go back to the front. Seems to be a collaboration. Let's see if there is actually. See Martin pacing. He must not do the mistake of pacing alone, or he will be killing himself before the next climb, which by the way is Chimacopi, called Lizavan Chimacopi, 4.5 average, 13.2 max, 34 kilometers, long ass climb, not necessarily steep, some sections only. And we have Hashi joining in the front group, now well with the obligation to pull this group because he has the extra rider, which is his puncher Bargui. Let's quickly take a look. Oh shit, sorry. You should actually ping me for these things, because I'm not listening to Discord. Is that okay? I'm gonna stop. And I'm gonna 0. There we go. Who's the guy behind me even? Of course it's A-Gap again. Jesus. Man, A-Gap, you see my group, you should just attack out of it. Not cool, bruh. Not cool. Just here to stream. Well, to commentate. And stream, yes. Never mind. And I can't even, if his rider ends out of time, my riders are gonna have to end out of time because I'm not gonna carry his ass. You see if I can attack past them. Nah, pointless. Oh, here you are, Ben Young. I'm gonna maintain position, Ben Young. I'll get back to this. Right, we are going up Col de Lizarin, and we have still these 4 riders, but the group of favorites, well, I guess not a peloton, is not that far off, and Tobias Foss joins the fray with led by Basso, the player with Foss, and we have Ebritil, Hashtag El Colombiano. There's now 4 guys. Another move, El Colombiano attacking with Egan Bernal. Again, expected these moves from El Colombiano, always expected, but let's see if they pay off or not. For now, they seem to be. But it's only 40 seconds and it's a very long climb, and Snake following with Pavel Sivakov. The race is exploding as we speak. It's LAT trying to catch up, but he must either close it now or risk taking everyone with him. He closes, but the gap is really small. Hush is trying to close. Basso and A-Gap also desperately trying to follow the French, but everything is about to be as it were. As we go into another stupid tunnel. And El Colombiano still going with 4 riders. This, if this move is further allowed, if the peloton decides to start looking at each other even for a little bit, this might be all she wrote. Because it wouldn't even be the first time that El Colombiano succeeds with such an attack, especially because of the politics, and that's nothing against him or his skill, more like usually the politics of PCM. People look at each other, no one wants to work, and someone that attacks more will often be rewarded regardless of the energy management capabilities. So let's see. Let's see if Hush, I think Hush might be preparing an attack. FIT is following. They could have already forced the gap there, they choose not to. It's a very long stage. I don't know how it punishes the green bar, but it cannot be that good. Let me see how my riders are. Are they with Ben Young? They are. Okay, Ben Young, put the pace there and I'll just follow you. It's already over a minute. Yes, Ben Young, I see you typing. Tell me which pace you want as well. Yeah, just tell me which pace I should follow you, and if I need to do something, ping me. So we can work together there. Okay, you will place. Perfect. That's perfect, actually. Yeah. "57 seconds. In the meantime, Hush and Everteal had been threatening to get the gap for a while, and they did. Let's see who respond. I don't like this view. Something off with this view. Maybe I like this. This is better. Yes. Snake, A-Gap, and Basso. But oh, if A-Gap dropped, Basso could have been temporarily in trouble there. Everyone gapping everyone else at this point. But it's A-Gap ultimately that gets dropped. This is usually the life of people that play in the back of the peloton and are not prolific at doing it, for lack of worse words. Maintain position merchants at the final. The world is doomed. Alright, as we move on with El Colombiano, 1 minute and 14. Now that the peloton regrouped after several attack attempts, El Colombiano is back to winning time. Bargui gets a small gap. No one is. I don't think anyone was closing while he was working. It's a very recurrent thing in this game, and let's see if he tries to bridge to his rider. He doesn't send it back. Does not send him back. Probably blew him up. But this passiveness is, and there goes Hashi, expected, but this passiveness is definitely feeling good for El Colombiano. That is already increasing his gap. There goes Hashi. He has 78, 82, and 74 mountain riders. His puncher is dead. Acceleration from Ebriti and Snake. Again, Basso, as you can see on your screens, Basso always in the back of the peloton. That's obviously the most efficient way to save energy. You ride at the back. You let the riders from the other teams expose at the elements like wind and such. Speaking of which, okay. And it's a very efficient game, so to speak, a very efficient way to play, but it also has the risks of getting dropped. Let's see if Basso now attacks. He does. In the meantime, Hush, 146 down. Basso sees and senses that the gap is already becoming quite big, and that there's a lot of passiveness there. Decided to try and get going, but everyone marking him really close. A-Gap with 2 riders, precarious position. Same for Snake, but as riders keep dropping, everyone on equal grounds now, even Hush here, El Colombiano as well. And here, let us see if he can take. He puts Martinez on his wheel to try and take him over the top of Chimacopi. Followed by Hushi 115, followed by now Ebriti attacking with Martin. Oh, that hurts my eyes. And this comes from a ship player like me, so saying a lot. Looking at the HC, it was Bernal Martinez, Daniel Martinez, Lenny Martinez, Latour, Bardet, Martin, Foss, Sivakov, Evenpool, and Bouchard. Let me see if Ben Young has, he does not. 99 maintain, okay. Why, did I get dropped? I don't know if you're talking to me, I don't know if you're talking about me or about what I was saying before, probably the second one. Oh, for me, I thought you were reacting to my maintain position merchants joke. Okay, I am 99 maintaining. And I'm gonna do the same to Almeida. Oh my fucking god, you fucking twat. Fuck you. Bugged game. Okay, 1 minute and 10 seconds, give or take, and it's still Hashi leading the chase. And here, Basso placed Foss working. I don't know. if there's gonna be a very detailed and friendly cooperation here, but I see A-Gap with a rider. Let's see if he's gonna give any turns or if they're gonna leave everything to Basso, which they probably should at this point, but let's see. They are cooperating. And just as we anticipated at the beginning of the stream, an El Colombiano attack always has either the chance to succeed, sorry, or the possibility to completely blow up a full stage, and it has. And Hashi now in over a minute territory with his chase as well. He's 1:11 over the peloton, 54 seconds behind El Colombiano. Being a better energy manager than El Colombiano, he might have a chance here to play catch up later on if he keeps his pace. Excuse me, I'm with a bit of a cold, so do excuse my occasional coughing and such. .7 kilometers to go, and we have around 2 minutes between the first. Yeah, I'm already 99 maintain position, don't worry. Reste dans les roues, tu le sauteras sur la ligne à l'arrivée, tu connais ça. I have no idea what you're saying, Gacho, but sounds good. We have A-Gap, someone saying, let me see who it was. Basso dictating the tempos, and now A-Gap asking for 75. 2 minutes 20. I'm even gonna measure it. I'm gonna measure it to Badoon because I do not trust that he wouldn't be the one to. I trust that he wouldn't be the one to bridge, but we'll see. 250. Colla del Moncenisio, and gaps are pretty sustainable right now. They're not changing. They've been around the same, 1 minute to each side, give or take, 112, 115, but not more. And let's see if Snake isn't going to resist the temptation of attacking, or will he? Let's see. All good for now. But as the climb begins, the cooperation seems to hand, and let's see if Basso tries the acceleration. Basso feeling the gold medal escape a little bit. Is going to try to attacks, tries, but LAT trying to keep going with him, and then Snake and they got playing a dangerous game here at the back. Need to accelerate just a little bit to keep the gap closed. They do. This also means that Hush is, for the first time in a while, less than a minute from the others, from the chasing group of the favorites, and El Colombiano keeps increasing his gap. Is he managing well though? Is he gonna blow up before the end? We shall see. One thing is for sure, he should and will take this KOM with Egan Bernal and Daniel Martinez. 1-2, about 300 meters, and there we go. Behind, Hush has slowed down a little bit, lost some time there, is only 45 seconds ahead of the rest, and El Colombiano has over 2 minutes. Let's keep in mind that he still has to do Finestre, and then Sestriev, so there's still a lot to climb. As you can see in the profile, obviously we all know these climbs, the Sestriere particularly is going to be brutal, and then he still has to after he does the Finestre is going to be brutal, and after that he still has to go up the Sestriere, so he has to try and avoid blowing himself up before the ending, as A-Gap tries to join Hershey. Very opportunistic attack, and Ebriti is struggling here at this point because he didn't even have his helper here when he tried to close with Padre. Not sure, looks like it wasn't intentional, but he's attacking with Padre. What am I watching? I guess Martin is done. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm watching at this point. El Colombiano, shit. Of course it had to be A-Gap attacking. 1-2. 137, new gap. The group of LAT. El Colombiano's gap has gone down a little bit, but it's Hashi and a gap that are about to be closed by Snake, and Basso will soon join. I see Evenpool. I see Basso down to one guy. Oh my. Is the champion in trouble? He's trying to get Foss over and he will succeed because the group stops. But first signs of trouble for Basso, and good move there from Hashi and LAT, seeing that Basso had just recovered his rider. It's always a good chance to attack in what seemed like a little bit of flat. It was a small bump, and they're trying to gain back the gap. They have to keep doing this if where they can, because as Foss was just recovering, they need to make Basso use him to go into finesse without the extra helper, or for him to die sooner. So that is very interesting what they're doing, and not wrong per se. But as we know, this game will often be punishing to people that actually keep the helpers, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make a bloody difference for most of the time. In the end, though, it's still a marathon, and you still want to try and have the best possible bars for what's to come. El Colombiano back to 2 minutes. He's going to take the intermediate sprint as well. That's 15 more points, and 12 for Martinez, I would assume, if he rolls over with Bernal as he should, because there are 2 seconds for him. So 3 seconds for Bernal, 2 for Martinez that he's robbing to his opponents. And we might be on the way to El Colombiano getting the yellow jersey. Could it be? Let's see. Next climb will dictate a lot about this. Let's see if they work here. I see Hashi pacing with Martinez. I don't see a cooperation per se. Bernal does pass ahead in the intermediate sprint as expected, and let's see, there shouldn't be a big fight here. Someone should try and roll over. Let's see who it is. I'm not even sure if Sivakov passed ahead or not. He did. Good stuff from Snake. And as soon as finesse begins for the peloton, again, attack of Hush. Gap is still 218. Let's see who responds to Hush here. There is no organized chase, there is no immediate response. There are, as we see, the participants pacing at their own rhythm, and every team might try something. It's not up to him though, it is not up to him. It's tempting, but it's not up to him right now. Politics are usually a ridiculous game when it comes to these races, but sometimes we do need to be aware of the situation we're at and of what we are expected of. But MIT does close, so let's see where he takes this. Again, no immediate response here behind. The world champion Basso again finding himself in the farthest leaders group, and it's A-Gap responding. And again, I'll need to change my time settings, because every time someone decides to move, it's someone different. 226. Basso trying to accelerate into the second group, succeeds. Snake, also a very good player, good at the energy management of things, good at the tactical side of things. Still my main bet to contend for the race after Basso, of course, but situation has changed, and El Colombiano still has 2 minutes and 44 seconds. You're seeing it correct if you just joined this, and if you just joined this, I am the biggest of all dogs, joined by silent host Ben Young, and yes, you are seeing correctly, your eyes are not deceiving you. El Colombiano is up to Finas to with almost 3 minutes gap on everyone, and A-Gap is the one responding now, and MIT tries to respond to A-Gap, and no one is responding in the back immediately. And Basso desperately trying to hold on there with Snake. It's Hashi dictating some tempo, but curious to see if there's an actual response from Basso. Going to the right side, let's see if he's going to accelerate now. Acceleration, I don't see. I'm curious to see how long Foss lasts after that extra work they had to do. But LRT is taking advantage of the passiveness of the group behind to try and catch A-Gap, and A-Gap is only 135 at this point down from El Colombiano, so the I would call them the least favorites, and that's no offense to them, but they were the ones leading this tour up until now. But the French player is catched by the other two Frenches and the Slovakian boss, so LIT is back with the other favorites. It's Martinez dies and Bernal is alone as expected. And A-Gap putting his own pace, 1 minute and 15 down, 1 minute and 56 on everyone. A-Gap is cruising into second FGC if this keeps going. And the passiveness behind is continuing. Snake will win, says A-Gap, of course. Ramal says Basso, Isaac Del Snake, and usual PCM trash talk, but Egan Bernal doesn't give a flying fuck about any of that as he continues his beautiful long distance attack up the Finestre with 5.8 kilometers to go. El Colombiano would be winning his first gold medal if he manages to not only make this break succeed, but then continue to keep this jersey in the final stage. He's doing some good points for these secondary jerseys in this move. And Marco Padun also alone now. And we have FIT and Hush gaining distance again from Snake and Basso. Snake and Basso marking themselves too much, and always, and Basso alone. Snake still has the helper to try and move into the others, and Basso is in deep trouble. Basso is in deep trouble there. He needs to quickly respond to the attack of Snake. Everything is falling apart. FIT and Hushi are together now. Snake is trying to catch them, and Basso is currently needing to put some effort to catch them and not be last place of this GC. He's gonna get there. He's gonna get there. Let's see if any of these three tries to move when Basso arrives. And in the meantime, we have Marco Padun arriving next to Egan Bernal. He's about to close the gap. He's about to close the gap. The climb is almost over. He's about to close that gap. He's about to close that gap. Oh, but he did not. Tragedy for A-Gap. He needs to close before the climb ends. He needs to close it. He's not going to do it, is he? He's getting there. Oh, it's close, but no cigar. El Colombiano managed his energies good enough. He's going to pass first at the top of the Colle della Finestre. And A-Gap dies there. A-Gap dies there. Tragedy for the Ukrainian. Does not get to reach E1. Meanwhile, attacks here and accelerations continue into the top of the climb as well. No one seems dead, as it would be expected. It would be expected for them not to be. It is the case. And here, El Colombiano needs to continue to put some pace into the downhill to keep the gap on A-Gap, while trying to get as much energy as he possibly can to go up the Sestriere. Flashes in what was this Finestre climb now of Christopher Froome's 2018 attack. It was El Colombiano doing the Landis, and so far he's doing the Floyd Landis with this long distance attack, and he's succeeding. Can he take it over the line? It would be a thing of beauty. Meanwhile, 2 minutes and 42. It's looking good for the Colombian. Everyone here is very passive, marking each other. Seems to be a fight for a medal here. It's just not for gold. These two, however, are still fighting for gold, because at the end of the day, even though you have the stage wins obviously and the secondary jerseys, but winning this GC is one of the most important things to get your hands in that gold medal. And El Colombiano is succeeding, and now he will begin Sestriere. In 3, 2, 1, and here he goes. 1,970 meters of altitude, 14 kilometers, 3.9% average. Not necessarily steep, but long enough to cause some troubles, especially for someone who is already going solo for quite a while at this stage. But 3 minutes and 24. It's like everyone here has resigned to their fate. Not much they can do. And Basso now instructing people for the efforts of the cooperation. Let's see if it isn't too little too late. Let's see who rats most in this group. Who rats most in this group? As they continue cooperating, let's see. This is the fight we all want to see right now. Can Mark Padun catch Egan Bernal? Can Agap close down that remaining gap to El Colombiano? 30 seconds. It's holding stable. 2:45 to the rest of the favorites from Agap's perspective. 27 last seconds. He's getting closer. He must not cook his bars though. He needs to put his own pace. He needs to catch him. He wants to catch him, but he needs to do it at his own pace. If he overcooks it, he will be punished at the end. Egan Bernal continues his solo attack. 5.4 kilometers to go. Surely he must have either the stage win or at least second place if Agap catches it. Surely these guys will have saved enough for the end. Surely. 2:21. 4 kilometers to go. Agap is close as he has ever been. 9 seconds, 13 seconds. He's gonna close, and El Colombiano allows him to, saving his bars. Let's see if that doesn't mean precarious situation for him. He's gonna try and rat a little bit of Agap now. Agap puts the push, and this is exactly what El Colombiano needs to happen. He needs to wheel suck as much as he can now. Agap putting his tempo, but the gap is falling. They're still gonna win unless something bizarre happens, but which one? 1.4 kilometers to go. El Colombiano ratting as much as he can. Agap accelerating into the final kilometer. 800 meters to go. Padun at the front. He's gonna drop El Colombiano. It's Agap. It's Agap for the yellow jersey. It's Agap for the stage. It's Agap. Around 30 seconds to El Colombiano, and it's gonna be Basso third place, yes, and then Ebriti, and then Snake, and then Hashi. Tragedy and drama. As soon as I saw El Colombiano at that very short pace, allowing Agap to enter because he didn't have any other choice. His bars were clearly cooked after such a long distance, beautiful attack. And Agap then just had to finish it off, knowing or hoping, but it seemed that he would, hoping that he would have the best energy to close the stage, and he did. Gets the yellow jersey, gets the stage, and gets in prime position for a gold medal, ladies and gentlemen. Agap might be closing in on a gold medal, but there's still more to be. There's 2 more stages to go. Excuse me. However, good effort from El Colombiano. Beautiful long distance attack. Wasn't meant to be, but he still got second, and he still remains in contention for the gold medal. However, knowing him, let me check my riders. Knowing him, okay, I'm gonna help. Why is again Agap here? It doesn't really matter now. We have this is points, right? Yes. Penhoe, Gaviria, and Basso third. Okay. Thank you. Benyang. We have. Oh, we still have 12 kilometers to go. Okay. Fuck you, Agap. No offense, but just don't rap my fucking riders, please. It's not cool. Agap feeling pretty good about himself in the chat right now, but it's still not close, but it's looking good for the Ukrainian. One of the nicest guys in the community, sometimes with a shorter fuse than I do, but I think everyone universally likes the guy, and it would be his crowning achievement for his PCM career. So best of luck to AGAP. I hope he succeeds. I hope, in a perfect world, I hope all of them succeed, but obviously only one can win. What are we even waiting for at this point? Cocard, Saro. Just in the nick of time limit, and results dictate 36 seconds gap for Marco Padun. Bernal is the one in second place. 1 minute down, Remco Evenepoel, Romain Bardet, Pavel Sivakov, Lenny Martinez. It's not a done deal yet. Let's look at GC. It's not a done deal. It's a 41-second gap to El Colombiano from AGAP, and then 1 minute and 7 to Basso, 1 minute and 8 to Hershey, 1 minute and 11 to Snake, 1 minute and 14 to Ebriti. These gaps come from the short time trial. It's 1 minute, it's already 1 minute, and 41 seconds even to the second place. It is not the end of the world because we still have 2 more stages. In points we have still Peñoe for Hershey, then El Colombiano, and then Basso, and in the KOM we have El Colombiano. I think it was 1-2 even, I did not see. Ah, okay. Well, I didn't see that, but I accelerated my ending, I guess. Didn't make a difference at the end. Okay, as we enter into a different kind of terrain now. Look at this gruesome up and down stage, I like to call these types of stages. A lot of climbing to do, a lot of them KOM points, or as Ronnie O'Sullivan would say, them ranking points. And I would like to stop my riders. Where are we pausing? Ah, Snake. Probably needs to take a leak, can't blame him. I haven't done that since the race started. Okay, but I'm gonna join you real soon. In the group pet will be heard. I have no idea what you are saying, Gacho, because we do not speak French in this stream. Do you know why? Because I'm not French, so I do not know that language. But welcome to everyone watching. Andrew Walker says, AGAP legend. It was a great ride from AGAP, Andrew Walker. Welcome as well. El Comiano says, Porco, so very little, and it's true. It's true. It was a great effort, El Colombiano. Great, beautiful attack. It is a shame that it was not meant to be. And I dropped, didn't I? Yes, I did. Don't worry, I'm coming back to you, Ben Young. Worry not, I'm about to arrive. In the meantime, we have attacks here. Ebriti, Basso, Snake. Let me just close in on Ben Young, so that we can stop focusing on the... You should have brought more than one rider, to be honest, but I'm about to close in on you. Then I'm gonna maintain 99, the usual works. Meanwhile, we have Ebriti with a 78 mountain rider, puncher, and 77 sprinter. Some attacks at the front. I think everyone is represented here. We'll see what riders shortly. Actually, we already see sprinter, puncher, 78, 74 mountain, AGAP 74, 78 puncher, Basso 74 puncher, 78 and sprinter. It seems that everyone has the same riders here, yep, give or take. And Ebriti actually starts to get a interesting gap to take that first KOM. Let's see if someone challenges for it, but right now 43 seconds might work for that first KOM. Col de la Ventouse, 8.2 max at 3.4 average, 15 kilometers. Starts steep, but then the gradient dramatically goes down. Attack Gachignard. Let us see what's going on here. It is Snake's leader, and they have to try something now because the gap is quite respectable already. 1 minute, as we saw, over 1 minute. We can barely recognize the yellow jersey on AGAP. We have to take a closer look because his team is already yellow by default. But here he is, Marco Padun. Snake's leader gets to E5. It's that time where we put this gap to this gap. For now, it's still visible on the screen, but in case things change, we want to get that going there. In the meantime, Ebrity takes the first KOM as expected, and El Colombiano with his 4 riders is about to bridge. Ebrity here would do well to wait for the help, and then the two of them together can try and work to keep the gap open on everyone else that is chasing, which is Basso with 4 riders, Hushi with 3 riders, and Snake with 4 riders. Snake with 4 riders here, after having already attacked, means his full team is committed now. Let's see if he can take it. And to where he can take it, actually. He now needs to work. He needs to put all these 6 riders to work and get a gap on everyone else. This gap is already 131. Obviously, that doesn't mean much. There's a lot to go over the stage, but he's trying, and it's Snake. He's a very brave player, very skilled player. Knows what to do. If someone knows how to deal with a situation like this, Snake is one of those guys. Best of luck to him. Very cool guy, actually, very good dude. And let's see if he can make things happen here. We have this is actually good for the yellow jersey, and I guess Colombiano in second, because with these attacks, that gap is gonna melt down a little bit. But if they stop after, it might be Snake getting the last left. Let's see. Acceleration continues. A gap dropped, of course. This is not the greatest time for that A gap. Try and close it as soon as you can, my friend. A gap in trouble. Still nothing to panic about. He's about to rejoin. He needs to be careful though with these situations, because if it happens a lot, he will consume energy that he might come to regret later. Acceleration for Agap, trying to get the rest of the group, and he rejoins. Meanwhile, Esteban, what the flying fuck? Why is Esteban Chavez attacking oh my god. All they had to do here was work together. How hard can it be? Oh, it's too little too late, and Snake accelerating into the front of the race, trying to catch that first group, giving all he has to get the gold medal. That is the right attitude from Snake. Too risky too soon, we'll see. Meantime, Agap again struggling at the back of the peloton. Agap struggling in the break. Agap, the pressure might be getting to him. He's struggling to manage both groups, and he might as well just get the help for his leader, since it's still plural, but everyone's attacking now, and it's again Marinal attacking to join Agap's riders. He's to pass them now. Basso with Evenpol. Agap is gonna respond. Ebritil is caught there, and Hushi is caught with his pants down. Time for Hushi to get caught with his pants down. I didn't even see who won the KOM. Oh, I'm gonna see it's Ebrity at the front. It's been a complicated task for Ebrity, being I would say the most rookie of the players here. I think he was already in last year's World Championship. I'm not sure. I think he was, but even then, in this lobby, he's still the rookie, so to speak. But he's been fighting very bravely, trying everything he can. It has not been lack of courage from him. It's been a very crazy race, to be honest. Very interesting from everyone. Different people attacking at different points. Peloton is back together, and Hushi is about to rejoin. And he does. And as he does, again, Snake attacking with 5 riders, which I believe Agap has 6 actually, and I don't think anyone else has that many more. LAT 5, I don't think anyone else has 6. Very Agap-like thing to do, to have 6 riders, not use any of them, and most of them die near the end, so I hope he uses them well. Snake going all out to try and get the gold, but it's still early days. gets the gap again, and this time he's the one at the front. This is good for him. He needs all the intermediate points he can get. KOMs, green jersey. Everything is goals for him right now. This stream is sponsored by PCM UK. Come for the cycling, stay for the Mickey Mousery, and so many other things we do. Prediction contests, fantasy leagues, sometimes even other games like Rocket League and Hexball and so many other things. PCM UK. Come for the fun, stay for the Mickey Mousery. We are also the hosts of International Pro League, organized by the Big Dog Joe Whiteley with the valuable help of Ben Young and Daniel Miko, among others. Ben Young is here with me today. Thank you again for him, for being one of the lead organizers of this World Championship, of this edition of the World Championships, alongside Daniel Miko for putting on such a good show for us. Thank you to them again. Great stuff from them. That was the advertisement for this part of the race. PCM UK, join us, look for us, and you'll find us in the Discord of the World Championship if you need. I'm not gonna post links here because the race is again imploding. As Ebriti tries to respond to Snake, he has Basso with him. Then El Colombiano trying to play catch up, and the yellow jersey is in with Hashi and the rest of Basso's team. Actually, there might be a link on my Twitch, so all you need to do is find the links there. Continues the attack from Ebriti and Basso. A very volatile situation right now. Snake continues to do his best to keep the gap going. These movements at the back aren't exactly helping them with these accelerations, so I think he would hope that everyone here regrouped as quickly as possible so they take a breather. He's already down to 4 riders. I guess most people are at this point, except maybe Basso. Basso has the extra riders here, yeah. El Colombiano has 5, Agap 5. I think Basso has 5 because it's 2, I think he has there, even 3, yeah. And now Ebriti is 28 seconds down from Snake. Attack from Barghi. It's Hashi trying to drop El Colombiano. Agap Basso here with Hashi. Well, we cannot complain of boredom, that is for sure. One of the most attacked tours I've seen in my recent memory, at least at the World Championships. Everything is imploding, everything is falling apart. As Snake continues to ride on, trying to ride into the sunset, but it's not easy work for him. Everyone and their mother is trying to respond to him. And my dog is now pissing me off. I think he wants to go out. I'll be right back. I'll leave this in Snake. But before I go, John, I could not care less if you can listen to me or not. Welcome to the stream. Enjoy. Listen to whatever you want to listen. It's all good. I could not care less. Have fun, man. That's what matters. Welcome Fefe to the stream. Long time no see, Fefe. Welcome as well. I think I already said welcome to everyone else. And I just was absent like 1 minute, and we already have now Hashi at the front. With Sprinter and Puncher, and then Al Colombiano with Igita, Sprinter for Basso. Interesting situation. And everyone else seems to be back in the peloton. So the attack from Snake was brave but short-lived. And it's now Hashi that I think took the intermediate sprint. It was actually Bardi. Interesting. Yes, it's Hashi. Not Peñoé though. Cavendish second. Peñoé was third. Yes. Attack from Alaphilippe. Not sure what's happening there. Welcome to all the 19 people watching. If you just joined us, this is indeed the Tour final of the World Championship. I love how Almeida is the one getting water in my team. Who cares about leaders, right? Not that it matters, but still funny. If you just joined us, I am the biggest of all dogs, joined by silent external host Ben Young, and helping me with some of the things in the race as well. Always good to have some information. And if you just joined us, this is indeed Tour final. It is indeed AGAP leading, and the GC and El Colombiano second. I believe Basso was third, and we have this current race situation with Hashi at the front, 2 riders, including the Puncher, Snake following with Puncher and 78 Mountain, Alaphilippe for Ebriti, and everyone catching up, at least 14 riders. AGAP here trying to join with Ponamar and Preval, and let's try and follow these moves. I don't think there's a leader here. Oh, there is Bardet actually, yes. Again, Ebriti desperately trying to be as offensive as possible. Hopefully not to his detriment. He's been doing all he can. See Bouchard and Madouas here. So a lot of helpers. I believe the only leader is indeed Romain Bardet. As the Côte de Méaillé. I don't know how to pronounce that. Méaillé, I'm not sure. I'm not French, so there's that. Basso closes down. Strikes with Cavendish. And takes the 1-2-3. I don't even think there is a tree, so it takes the 1-2. I know it just shows this, but it's actually 2 riders scoring in that KOM. And now we have Basso full team attack followed by Ebriti, and lack of response here. All hell is breaking loose. 6-man attack from Basso. Ebriti only has 4 left, and that's what he goes with. I think it's 4. Yes, it is. Let's see who responds here. 41 seconds into the next climb, which is Côte d'Anglade de Sarrière, and Basso is going all out like a madman, possibly feeling the gold medal escape from his grasp. Buddy, this isn't team here. You're gonna have to work a bit for it. And he begins to pedal into the 4-kilometer climb, 817 meters of altitude, 6.9% average, and there he goes. Bardet here, if he's smart, Ebriti, all he has to do is stick to Basso's wheel. Do not relay, do not do anything. I know that's what I would do personally if I found myself in a situation like this with Basso. He has less riders, he is last in the GC, he found himself and placed himself in a good spot here in this break, and all he needs to do is take the ride on the Basso train, and then if possible attack him later. Seems cold, but that's his best bet here. Takes the KOM. That was Julien Alaphilippe. And El Colombiano attacking AGAP, responding. Snake on his wheel, and Hush is catching up as well. So there's a lot of attacking, counter-attacking, counter-responses going on as El Colombiano tries to attack the rest of the favorites, but A-Gap trying to do his best to close it, because that is the second place, El Colombiano, going, and he does not have the same 1 minute gap that Basso has to close, so an immediate response from A-Gap. Meanwhile, let's put some time gaps here to, I guess, this guy. There we go, perfect. Ebriti seems to be joining in the cooperation. I relay, what the fuck? Alaphilippe is dead and Molar is running. He doesn't know what gluing means. Yes, I think you are correct, Snake. I think you are correct, but I'm not even sure he should have started relaying so early here, but let's see. But that's my personal preference. I don't think he had any obligation to do anything at this point, at least. Again, gaps opening. Ebriti, what he should be doing instead of actually relaying too much here, would be just making sure that the gaps are closed for the Basso rider working. This is gonna kill this break though. This is gonna kill this break. El Colombiano manages to join due to this, and everyone else is less than a minute now. I agree, Adox, and welcome. Also, Nacho, long time no see, man. Welcome. A-Gap trying to join the rest of the party, but the party remains ahead for Ebriti, Basso, and El Colombiano. Who else has got the invite though? It's A-Gap trying to bridge in, followed by Snake, followed by Hashi. This is the work that has to be done by A-Gap, so these two again. Either they attack the leader or they just stick in his wheel, hoping he closes down this break. 50 seconds down. We're going up Col de Neron or Neron. I'm not even gonna pretend I know how to speak that language, so why bother? 1 minute, 2 seconds. A-Gap putting a lot of work here. Let's see if he actually tries to distance himself from this group. Oh, he does. I was predicting that, and here he goes for the move. KOM was won by Martin, Bardet, Alaphilippe. That is Ebriti. All of them. A-Gap tried his move, but it's not gonna stick, it seems. Gap is small, and in the downhill it should be closed right about now. Let's see if this happens or not. Oh, the mess here. Just delightful. Front of the race, it's Ebriti at the front with Martin and Bardet, followed by El Colombiano and Basso up the next climb, which is actually 11.4 kilometers, 6.2% average, and 1.6 kilometers of altitude, 1,608 meters to be more accurate. A-Gap now gets dropped. It's so hard to keep up with this tour because there's always something happening everywhere up the road, and now someone was dropped at the front. It is El Colombiano catching up. There's action everywhere, either good or bad kind, but there's always something happening. Now it is Snake accelerating up the Col du Pas de Pérol, les Puy Marie, oui. And Basso drops everyone, goes with 2 riders. Abriti follows it. Bardet. El Colombiano does not follow that move immediately, trying to play catch up. I think he's down to only Egan Bernal. He is. Basso with the 2nd rider, headed for a little bit more, is now pressing on Remco Evenepoel. And let's see what happens here in the back. 3 riders for Hashi, 2 riders for Snake. And they get again playing catch up, again at the back, again dropped. Needs to catch up quickly, down to 1 rider, precarious situation. But as you know, with this game, not necessarily the case of that. Sometimes, or a lot of times, or even most of the time, it is pointless to even have the helpers, so why bother? It's Hashi with 2 riders, Agap and Snake with 1, and Snake was also in an attack, so that explains it. And here, Bardet and Evenepoel are going to fight for the KOM, or as Daniel would say, KOM. Remco Evenepoel takes the lead, strikes with the acceleration, and he is going to easily take it. Bardet is cooked there, and the Sivakov is going to be third. Looks like he's going to be third. Gets the third. Followed by Martinez. Bernal also done, and Agap now in the precarious position at the point that Basso is running to. It was 1-7. He's 123. He's currently leading the virtual GC of this tour, and it doesn't look like 1st and 2nd place of last stage have a lot to offer. I'm trying to find them. Jesus, where are here they are. Pardon and Bernal. Guys, French now, you're playing for 5-6 Pulse, so he means place. Go Kaiser, he says. Well, precarious position for 1st and 2nd of GC. Then Martinez from Hush and Sivakov from Snake playing catch up to Romain Bardet from Abritil. That got dropped by Basso. I did expect this. I think Abriti at various points was too offensive for his own bars, and when Basso finally decided to strike, it was easy pickings for him. We're going to Col du Pertus, and Abritil about to be joined. It's the French Armada here, all 3 Frenches in the same group. Let's look at Remco Evenepoel, 1 minute gap. Oh, this is a steep one. Look at that auto pace sections, they're surreal. 1 minute and 6. And now it's up to Snake and even Hushy to try and close this, because I don't think Abriti will have the necessary amounts of energy to put too much effort into it, as 78 motion for Hushy is alongside the 2 remaining leaders. Snake gets the gap here. Snake tries to accelerates. It's Bardet closing and Martinez right behind. Basso is putting a very respectable lead here within striking distance of the yellow jersey, and the tendency is for it to increase. There goes Basso, gonna take the KOM. Yet another one for Remco Evenepoel, and second for Snake. Third for Abriti, 4th for Hashi, 5th Agap, 6th Egan Bernal, again dying. Not looking good for El Colombiano, possibly even last of the stage. We'll see. Agap seeing that gold medal escape his grasp. Now everyone is back together, and now is very likely where they would like probably some kind of cooperation to not let Basso go in the win. Basso, not only the top PCM player currently, but also more than capable to manage these long distance attacks. Great energy manager, very skilled and technical player. Lots of skill, obviously, as the best PCM player. And he finds himself very comfortable with these long distance moves. Why are you pacing for the yellow jersey? Basso complains. I'm guessing it's because they want to win. Just my guess though. Look, 3 Frenchmen who wants to lose, says John Gacho. Yeah, move the logo please, says Pablo. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the logos. Sorry guys. Even the Dadox mentioned them earlier. Where are my logos? No idea. Ah, there we are. This and this. Fuck you. And we have Even pole 56 seconds. This is not semis. Basso trying to get those mind games going, takes another KOM. And I don't particularly think they should fall for these psychological games. Yes, Agap is a yellow jersey. Yes, he's going to be dead sooner than at least 2 of the guys in here. And yes, it's only 24 kilometers to go. So if you want to win, you got to put the work to it. 57 seconds. And Agap stops. "51 seconds. Who joins? Not sure. Why am I being pinged? Ah, yes. Virtual GC. Yeah, that's old. Joseph Whiteley, welcome. Did you come to save me from my boredom or just spectate?
I don't know. Bit of both.
Well, not boredom of the stage or the race per se, because that's been fire, but from the loneliness, I guess, is the more correct word. Have you been watching?
I have, yeah. I've been watching the stage, yeah.
Thoughts so far?
Interesting. I think now you've got the very usual situation when Basso's in a lobby.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Hush has been doing.
It was.
I didn't watch the last stage before, but I don't think he's.
You didn't watch the last one?
No, I just saw the results.
You missed the long distance from Bernal, and then they kept catching him and winning. It was quite the mess.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Hush has been doing.
Nope.
He hasn't relayed
Not much.
for the last 40 kilometers.
Not much in this stage. No. If Joe is watching, he's laughing. If Joe is watching this, he's laughing. Hi, Joe. Curious how he knows you. I mean, it's almost as if he could just be listening and know that you're here.
Yeah.
Praderbroek underway, and it's the final climb of the day. 52 seconds. The gap obviously growing because everyone looks at each other, and of course, Hush looked like he was gonna take the front. That's not gonna happen. I think Snake's gonna go.
It just baffles me sometimes.
I mean, they already milked everything they could out of Agap. If they're not gonna put anything in, then obviously they're not gonna win. Simple as that.
Yeah, no, it's just like I said, it's the usual stuff when Basso's in the lobby. I mean, he's just that much better, but they don't help themselves whatsoever.
Yes, of course. Like I've said, best PCM player we have currently, but it doesn't help if people just, oh look, he's going. Okay then, lol. Of course he's always gonna win like that.
And you've got someone like Ebry who clearly isn't on the level, but gives a 50-50 relay. You're gonna get dropped.
Man, very offensive, very entertaining to watch. Obviously not on their skill level. That's not an insult, just the reality. But he's been trying everything he can. Not always in the right way, but at least the heart has been there, unlike others.
I think it's fair to say though that 3 people in the lobby are happy with bronze. 1 person's already won the World Championships, and 2 people are going for gold, and they're in first and second at the moment on the race.
Well, he's gonna be yellow jersey, but not by that much. He did have a 1-7 deficit, so he's going to increase it by 30 seconds.
He's the only one outside of Snake who actually wants gold here.
That's true.
I don't know that, but just on the body language of what's happened in the race so far, it's just
Snake trying to too little, too late, but still might be good for second place. Basso dies at the top. Let's see the gaps here.
He's the only one who deserves a second place here.
I guess.
Because he's the only one who attempted to actually win the race outside
50 seconds,
of...
1 minute. Yeah, Agap loses the yellow jersey, and Abritil, as I predicted, would be in a bad situation, closes last. They ended up not being El Colombianos at one point. I also said it could happen. I thought it would be between him and Agap, but again, as we spoke here earlier with Joe moments ago, ability, lots of heart, not always applied in the right way though.
Yeah, I think sometimes you've got to realise what you're up against.
Yep, we put some
He
relays.
was already in attack from kilometre zero.
Yeah.
You don't then need to give relays to that extent.
At some point when he was with Basso, I even said it here. I said it here. Well, not to him, of course, because he's not in the stream. No, I assume none of them are. But just commentating, I was saying you should just wheel suck him as much as you can, because your last place of the GC, he was on a move with Basso. He just had to stick to his wheel, close the gaps because Basso was putting pace, but he relayed with him, which, much to his detriment, he ended up paying for it later on as well. If I'm 6th place of a tour final and I'm in the front group with Basso, sorry, I'm not gonna put a relay. For as long as I don't need to, at least. Especially when he has 2 more riders than me, yeah.
You should only relay if it's going to benefit you as well, and obviously it didn't benefit him because he came 6th.
And he still had less riders at that point even. It was 6 versus 4, so yeah.
One might say hindsight, but if you don't know roughly what you're about to do with the bars you've got 50k to go, then you shouldn't be playing at this level.
Yeah. As I've said earlier, as we are not sponsored by Cyanide, we are sponsored by PCM UK, as I've explained earlier. Come for the fun, stay for the Mickey Mousery. It's a very broken game, and above all, it's a very broken mode. I think Tour is the most broken of them all, and so logic won't always apply. And if you add to that the inexperience of some players, it's just all hell's gonna break loose sometimes. And there we have it. Reshape of GC. It's Evanpool, Agap 23 seconds down, El Colombiano 44, Snake 56, 1-7 for Hush, and FLT 155. I don't know what Hush has been doing for the most part of this stage, as you mentioned, and well, sometimes for the most part of this tour. Hush leading points, El Colombiano still leading the KOM, as Miko would say, but I firmly believe that now that Basso has the gold within grasp, he's not going to let it go. I believe that the big question here is to see if Hush can still get a medal, steal a medal from either El Colombiano or Agap. But we'll see. Another crazy attack can still change things. We already had quite a few of those during this tour. I don't know if you watched the first few stages, Joe. I think Joe died. Did we have any OTL, Ben? Didn't even see. I was just watching the first placements. No response. Only one. Okay. From who? From who? Who was it? Who managed to... Of course Snake managed to have a... What was it, the sprinter? Of course it was. Lovely. No comments. I guess he loses seconds off. Wow. Okay, we are back for stage 5, the last one of this tour, World Championship final. And if you just joined us, we have Basso, after struggling for quite a few stages, now leading the GC and possibly the medal fight. Where are you, Ben Young? I'm gonna go there. There we go. Joe, did you watch the first few stages? You said you didn't watch the other one, but you did
I
watch
only watched that stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ben Young, accelerate just a little bit, please, because I don't want to be looking at this group all day. Thank you, my friend. Okay. 99 maintain, lead us, and let's look at the trailer, as someone would say. So 4 riders for El Colombiano, 78 Mountain, of course. Then we have Hushi, and then we have Basso. All have the 78 Mountain there. Agap following the same pattern. Snake to be fair, Snake did a full team attack, I think twice last stage, so he's definitely been trying, and he's trying again. One last rider because the sprinter finished outside of the time limit. El Colombiano again going with Bernal. Joe, if you're one of these guys, not named Basso because he's the one leading, and you want to do this full crazy attack, what would you think is the right point to do
it? Depends what your name is, I guess.
Let's assume Snake because he's been the one that has actually been trying more.
You see, I don't think he gets space.
But if he would
not
try,
being called
what would
Snake.
you say is the best place to try?
And what he did,
But he
to be
did,
fair.
I
He's
think
probably going to want two
he's gonna
guys
go
over
again.
that HC.
He's gonna
It
go
doesn't
again.
seem too much of a hard stage, so
Let me
may as well
actually
use your
look
flat
at it.
riders where you can.
It's actually not as soft as because these two climbs are brutal. This one is still steep, and then it starts getting a bit lighter. Evanpool already attacking. Jesus, what is this mess? El Colombiano is gonna
Best
take.
form of defense.
However, it is. It is. And actually, the way he caught them with their pants down could be all she wrote again. So good stuff from Basso. Good stuff. That reminds me, I forgot to do. Oh, I forgot to do something today. I did. I'll do it after the race. I think you know what I'm talking about. Basso with his full team now joins Z1. We're gonna find.
It's
We're gonna put.
it's risky, but it's very Basso.
it is.
Essentially, how fast can you pace? How hard can you make the race?
Oh my god.
To the
where-
point where you put the other 5 players into a situation where they think they're fighting for silver,
What's
and
the
then
best
you get
way,
free
in your
gifted
opinion,
time.
to immediately respond to a Basso move like that? Close it immediately, would you say?
Have 2 pairs of hands and a pair of eyes, preferably. But
I can't disagree with that, to be honest. But we've talked about this even in past broadcasts so many times. It's just a.
I mean, it happens, doesn't it? When you're playing in the moment, it's easy for us to say it here.
Yeah, no,
but
yeah, absolutely. Just keep in mind.
if you've got someone like him, where he's the best player in the lobby, he's always quite open to relaying.
No, but you made a good point there.
And he
We've all been
attacks.
there.
I don't know why you wouldn't just follow him straight away.
Yeah, that's true. But sometimes there's a lot of.
Sean, your riders are interfering.
What the fuck? With who? With what?
Or maybe you just want to press F2 to remove them.
I'm not sure what. Oh, not sure what was going on there. Probably some misclick. Thank you. I don't want to retire them yet. A bit too soon.
Is it not the last stage?
It is. But if
Just
I
put them on maintain 10.
accidentally crash or something, oh, maintain 10 works. Yes. If I accidentally crash or something, I want to re-enter. So a bit too soon yet. And there goes Basso again. Response from El Colombiano. We got gonna.
I don't think there's a way for someone to win the gold without getting the GC, right?
Did I remember? No, because the GC is, as it should be, pretty relevant. Yes.
Because it would make sense if they keep giving Basso loads of time. If they only need to finish second in GC and then the classifications and the jerseys, it would make sense to
But
just
it's
let Basso
Gabe-
go away on the climbs.
A gap on the run though, by the way, and he's second at 23 seconds. So let's see the response.
I don't think it's relevant when El Colombiano's pacing.
Yeah, I'm not sure why even.
He's
I
got
mean-
3 rides in front as well.
Not the exact moment for this at all. And he has 3 rides. He's killing his own brake to pace for something that he's not meant to. I sometimes don't get these guys when they have to play, when they have to work pace, do something, they play politics. When they don't have to do anything, they close. I never understood PCM lobbies, to be fair. F2, there you go.
I think they need to win the GC anyway, because Basso's going to get second in the green jersey competition, so that should pretty much outweigh anything someone does from second place in GC.
Look, 5
If you
noobs
get
for
second place
relay.
in GC and then both classifications, I don't think you can beat someone who's first in GC and second in the green jersey, for example.
GG Basso, real man, says Jonathan Gacho. Yes, Gacho, your opinion is the stuff we all look at. And keep in mind, we always want to follow your opinion above all. Imagine take a wheel for a poor
But
climate. Well, he's not wrong
to
in
be
that
fair,
part, to be honest. Yeah, he's not wrong.
to be fair though, he was
You know,
one
you
of
know,
the two
he
people
was, he
who
was.
wanted gold,
Yes, yeah,
and he
absolutely,
took the
absolutely.
stage
No,
by the
no,
scruff of the neck.
that's nothing against Basso. I mean, if he wins it, he deserved it. He played for it, absolutely. It's just the way Gacho is sometimes so dramatic in how he says things, or usually always so
It's the
excessively dramatic.
panache
Yes,
running through his veins.
c'est la panache française, and I even got lost. It's Martinez, it's Higuita, and it's Bargui Latour. And Bernal is going to try something again, isn't he? Let's see.
I think these are merely just proxy attacks because they're not going for any jersey here. The Rise of Hush and Colombiana. But they have some leverage, but you see here, they've got 2 rows up the road. Why wouldn't you want to make the pace hard? So then
No, Basso going.
your riders in the breakaway survive, but then the guys behind don't.
That's
But
the idea, but
they don't think like that.
trying to see Agap with 4 riders, trying to respond now. Snake with 4-5. That's the team he has left.
You see, this is the difference in mentality and also skill. Basso knows he can pace on this climb, and everything he uses on this climb, he's going to regenerate after the descent. So any energy that you don't expend on this climb, you basically just wasted. So why wouldn't you pace? Again.
And on the other hand, we have. I always have the feeling that someone like even Hush, for example, is always just. Well, Agap especially always trying to save riders and never doing anything with them later. It's a bit soul crushing to watch sometimes.
But you know this next climb, the cut one is very steep, so teammates are not going to be too important anyway there, so you may as well push the pace and use them while you've got them, instead of trying to keep them. I mean, look at it, 5.7k at 10% average. Do you really think a 74 mountain ride is going to do much for you? Absolutely not.
And there we go, Basso on the run again, trying to catch Daniel Martinez, who is 55 seconds above Latour. And
he's on a road to nowhere.
It's Agap actually responding to Basso, and he's the one that needs to respond first, second place. All that economization down to 1 rider. I love it. Basso keeps the 2 riders, FIT keeps 2 riders. Snake keeps 2 riders, but needs to try and not get dropped. Trying to close it, but he's a bit gapped there.
Yeah, you see, I don't know what Snake's doing here, to be honest.
Sure.
I understand he tried to keep the 2 extra riders,
but it doesn't seem.
You've got to prioritize your main man first, then you think about the 2 teammates.
That could have cost him there. I was actually watching, as you saw, looking at the riders, but it could have cost him dearly there. It did not.
And like I said, anyway, it's a 6k climb with an average of 10%. It's nearly all auto based. Do you really think a teammate is going to be doing too much on that climb? The answer's no. So
almost the entirety of it is auto pace. It's daunting.
I haven't done this stage, but the descent doesn't even seem that bad either.
So, first look, it does seem good for the recovery. Just first glance, obviously.
I understand Snake's situation there, especially after the last stage. I didn't pay attention to stage 1, 2, or 3, so I can't say with certainty. But the last 50, 60k, he was the only one in that lobby. He was the only one in that lobby who knew what was going on.
Yes,
he knew
and
he had to close faster.
He obviously, as expected, as I even said at the beginning of the broadcast, that I thought that it was going to be Basso with him at a higher level than anyone else, and it has been. Obviously,
it's testament to how bad the game is, though, because he's the only other player because I'm not going to mention Basso because it's redundant me
Yeah, it's
mentioning him.
obvious. Yeah,
He was the only player who recognised the situation, understood what needed to be done, but because the game is the way it is, he responded, and he's probably not even going to get a medal now.
yeah, and that sucks because from the entire race that we've been watching, Snake definitely deserves a medal here. I'm not gonna say he
I mean,
deserves
here
to
he
win
is
it
with his
because
4 teammates, and he's
only
trying to make the difference before the climb, which, to be fair, fair play, because they're not going to be too much helpful. I mean, the puncher, to be fair, with his hill start, he's probably all right, chilling in the wheel, but you got to be very careful with the red bars.
El Colombiano on the run again, and Basso.
He's actually managed to bridge burn out, but
yeah,
again, he's going to have to be very careful of Martinez's red bar here. In fact, Martinez's red bar's already finished.
Yeah, it's finished. Let's see. Basso keeping Fosso on the wheel, so thinks he will be able to pass, and it's looking like it.
Yeah. And Snake's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Actually, he is burning Madouas and keeping Bouchard. And Agap is going along with his leader. Ebriti still has a helper, so does Hashi. Well, Ebriti still has 2, but not sure what's happening there to Martin. Let's go up.
See, it's probably not the worst thing Agap could have done there. I don't know why he waited so long there.
There he goes.
He knows if he'd have done that bridge, he'd have killed his 78 mountains. So instead, he left his 78 mountain behind.
Yep, there he goes.
And he had him by himself, because this is at least buying him a little bit of leeway. But I mean, for someone like Agap, he's already lost the race anyway.
Yep.
And he's got Budyak on maintain position, so he's dropped. Lovely.
Of course he does. I like Agap, he's a very good dude, but I already said it 2 or 3 times in this stream, maintain position merchant. That's not what we expect at the World Cup level, to be honest, in the final at least.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude or anything.
Not trying to be that guy saying I called it, but when it's 2 climbs like this where teammates aren't going to be very useful, you put people in a situation where if you're not going to have teammates, you better make sure your rivals don't have teammates. And Basso's done that.
So Basso trying
Snake has
to
done a very good race though. He's done a very good thing. But unfortunately for Snake, as we found out
so many times
in PCM 23 and PCM 24, having a teammate,
it's useless.
It doesn't always actually help you like it should do.
I mean, if you need them to work, sure. If you need them for protection and all that stuff, it means zilch in this game.
Yeah, pretty much. Near enough 0, yeah. And Bassett is going to use Tobias Foss here. He'll pace the descent, he'll pace the little valley, and that's all they need him for, because if you zoom in on that next cat one, I would imagine it's another really, really steep start.
Yep, it is. There you go.
So, again, is a 78 mountain rider going to be that useful? Probably not. So you may as well use him where he's going to be useful, which is now.
Problem for Snake, and this is the worst thing that could happen to him, well, is having Basso with him, because that's the guy he wants to beat. But for the medal fight, he's in a good, really good position.
I think he knows he's probably beaten. I mean, it's the last stage, right? It's a 130km stage.
Yeah, but I don't think he gives up. There you go. He never gives up. We can say whatever he wants.
He has to use the teammate on the flat, because if he used the teammate on the climb, like we said, it doesn't mean anything.
That is. Wait. Oh, this is.
I mean,
no, I had completely forgotten about Bernal. Sorry.
You could team tour final when Ghosty for the whole of the last 12km climb had a teammate, and Yanu didn't have a teammate. He couldn't even drop him. That's not because Ghosty's bad. That's because the game's bad. Teammates been jack shit on climbs.
Oh, pardon. Not looking bright for you today. There we go, Snake again burning his teammate while he can. Climb is about to start, by the way, 1 kilometer until it starts. Very steep start, as we mentioned. And Basso doing precisely the same thing and using Foss to try and play catch up to Snake, or at least get the gap under control, which it is. And
I think he'll use Foss where he can, and then he'll drop him off and he'll go solo.
Is it a testament to skill right now, from what we've seen on this stage, that these two are down to 1 rider? I mean, they both, I think they both tried attacks at some point, but a lot of people here has, and as we see, difference in helpers.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the two smartest players in the lobby, and maybe the only other player who might have been on their level happens to have already won the World Championship, so you have to, give him a little bit of space in terms of criticism, I guess. But,
Absolutely.
I mean, this is what happens when,
My
respectfully, you have a final that is more like a round 3.
my question to you, and this is about the situation we're currently watching at the front with Snake and Basso. Uh, is it Snake's day of bad luck to try and reverse such a situation because of how shit this game is? To be honest,
It's just one of those weird contexts that you have in the PC multiplayer community at the moment. If you're not on the level of the best player in the lobby, which quite clearly is Basso here today,
yes.
on paper, but also in the
But
actual
also from
raid,
what we've seen, yes, as
if you're
always.
not on the level of him and you can't match him or follow him, even if you know how to match him, sometimes it requires a little bit of communication, a little bit of cooperation from the other players. But if the other players are not willing to do it, you can be the best player in the world. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you can only control what you can control, and for most of these World Championship finals, your gold medal depends on how the other people play in the lobby, which, for a skill-based game, is not very skill-based.
At
Fortunately,
all.
the best player in the lobby is going to win tonight. That's not testament to the game. That's not testament to the DV or Park or
I
anything.
think that
That's
has
just
to be
because
a
Basso is
testament
that
to
much
the
better.
the amount of skill and knowledge he has is so much that even in these with this dire game, he still manages to deservedly beat everyone. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, now, if you look at the 4 guys behind, do they not understand if they all relay equally, they could easily drop the 2 riders in front of them?
I don't
No,
think they
because
do. No,
their tunnel vision is insane. They
but
only think about
but
the short term.
this that you mentioned is
There's
an
no,
old
there's no,
problem
there's
of this
no, there's no long term
community.
play there.
It's attitude. That specific part isn't about the game. That specific part is how this community always been in terms of
It's
groups
just
and pacing and
pure,
politics and all that crap.
pure loser mentality.
Yes, yes.
But Basso plays on that. He is the better player. But like I said, way before any of this happened in this stage, he's going to go and he's going to attack. Because if he goes and he attacks, he's going to put them in a situation, like he's put the 4 people behind him in a situation. There you go. Right on cue. Ebery says he's out anyway. See what I mean? You pace that fast. Don't get me wrong. It's not as easy as this, because otherwise everyone would do it. You have to be a very good player, and Basso is a very good player, and you have to be a very smart player, and he's a very smart player. But you pace that fast, you put doubt in people's minds. You're like, really? Like, I'm going to end up losing my potential bronze medal here if I follow this pace, or if I relay too much. And then by the time you stop, he's gifted a minute and a half, and he's already won. And then you're like, right, I'm playing for second. There you go.
Pavel
And that's what happened in
Sivakov
the last stage.
making a comeback in the KOM jersey. I'm not sure if the virtual. Let's see if Benyong has anything for me. He does actually. Bernal, Evan Paul, Martinez, Sivakov did climb to fourth. Maybe something more even third now with this last KOM. But the gap for Basso is only 25 seconds. He's gonna need almost 1 minute. Well, with the modifications, he's gonna need 52 seconds.
That gap doesn't change between Ava the Bull and
Yep,
Snake.
yep.
Snake's purely just riding for a medal now. Basso's got his gold, and those guys
Snake
behind
might be
who
riding for the actual silver with this huge gap. Bardet attacking.
they're just playing for bronze medal at this point in
Yeah,
time.
bronze medal
Which
simulator.
again, like I said about an hour ago, or whenever I joined, I said there's 3 people in here happy with the bronze, there's 2 people happy with the gold, and then the final player, which is Hush, has already won the World Championships. So,
Yeah.
well, I don't know if it's mathematical, but I'd like to think it is mathematical, but I don't know what. I haven't been following it, as
I mean,
you'd probably imagine. I
he
don't really care too
already
much.
he already has the secure gold medal of the overall, but still, I don't know, man. If I come to a lobby, I'm gonna try and win. Shit, I don't know. Even if I fail hard, at least I'm gonna try. You know.
Yeah, but for a player like Hush, with all due respect, he is literally the French version of Dennis.
Yes.
And I don't need to
Without disrespect.
elaborate too much on that. So there isn't really a point. And he can still quite comfortably get a bronze medal from this situation. I mean, I'm not speaking for people here, but they speak for themselves when they play the PCM. So
It's
I mean, I don't know if there's a chance that Ebery can get a medal here. If it's purely just between A-Gap, El Colombiano, I would imagine with the way El Colombiano's in.
And now she is attacking her.
I would imagine Colombiano getting third in GC and securing his KOM probably gets him bronze.
It should, yes.
But he has just been dropped.
Actually, A-Gap is still A-Gap is still second, so he should still be third. I don't know.
Yeah, he's second in GC, but the classification should outweigh the difference between second and third in GC, which obviously Colombiano's third in GC.
So he should be good for.
Yeah. So the only person in this group who really has the
Joe, 4.3 kilometers within striking distance, 50 seconds. He needs 2 more. He has them. It's close.
No, I don't think he's.
It's close. Well, I still gotta do it. I still have to narrate it with.
Well, to be fair though, it's you gotta imagine there's going to be 4 seconds bonus.
Yes. And but Basso still has third in KOM, first in KOM, third in points. Surely, even with second, he should still win, no?
Well, yeah. That's the thing, yeah. Snake's purely just going for a silver medal here. I mean, I don't know what the maths are, but maybe he does need a first in GC. He's getting second.
But he's gonna lose.
I don't know if he needs first.
He might lose the GC gap here at the end because he's running on fumes. Let's see. Close. It's gonna be so close. Let's see. I think Basso has it. There we go. Oh, so close. But I don't think he has it. Let's see what the game says then. Yeah, I don't think so either. It was less than 50
I think
seconds.
if it was a brave display,
it was
I would imagine, on the mountain stage by A-Gap. Really. I didn't watch the stage.
No,
and I think tonight he found out how everyone else
yes.
feels when he's in the lobby with them. So, and I think Colombiano might have just lost his bronze medal as well.
Yep, he did, because he's gonna be. Well, we need to see the actual gaps. But I think so, yes. I think it's.
I'm not really sure what Hush was doing in the lobby, but
Snake.
If he comes away with the bronze, then.
Well, he should, in theory, if he gets enough of a gap to. If Bernal ends up 6th and Padun 5th, I'm just waiting for the gaps. Because I'm not sure Bardet might have enough to. I don't remember the gap. Let me see. I don't know if the gap was enough for him to leave 6th place. Let me see what was the ranking. It was actually big. Yeah, I'm not sure that he avoids. Ebriti actually avoids the 6th place that you see here. So I think it's the bronze might still be between El Colombiano and A-Gap. Possibly it would be El Colombiano because of the KOM situation. We'll see. It's confusing right now without being sure of the actual gaps that the game will attribute to these groups. So we're just doing guessing work, which is fair enough. If someone has the experience for that, it's us, but it's just an estimation. Incredible display from Basso, valiant and wonderful response from Snake. It was a pleasure to watch specifically those two play. And for some of the others, it wasn't always, but El Colombiano and A-Gap did such a brilliant work in the mountain stage. It was also pretty to watch. Very brave, very attacking. Thank you, George. Long time no see. Thank you for the bit. Welcome back. Welcome, Huli, as well. To all the others, I already said hi. Pleasure to see you, Huli and George, as well. Let's look at these gaps. It is. Well, let's just look at the GC. Fuck that. So it's 6 seconds. So close, Snake. So close. Padun, A-Gap still secures 3rd, and with El Colombiano 5th, it might be enough for a medal for A-Gap. We need to.
I think Hush takes a bronze medal.
Hush. I'm not sure. Let me see the secondaries though. Oh yes, he does have points, and then nowhere to be seen is A-Gap here and KOM. Yeah, it should be Hush. Joe, from what you've seen, not particularly the most deserved. And this is nothing personal against Hush. Let's be real here, but not particularly the most
Well, I
deserved
don't think you can
bronze.
say it's undeserved, considering the fact that the only two people actually in the lobby doing well was Basso and Snake. So if he'd have got a silver or a gold, it might have
I
been
think
undeserved.
the
but
most correct way
I don't think it's
to put
undeserved
it
him
is
getting a bronze,
no, yeah,
considering the
yeah,
other
yeah,
three
yeah.
people.
I don't think undeserved is the best word. The less beautiful from all the medals in the way that it was written because it was the most offensive. Can you agree with that then?
I just think for Hush, it was one of those days where he got a medal because 3 medals get awarded.
I love it.
You know,
Yes,
like
I agree. I agree.
you know, like
No, I agree. I agree.
realistically,
I
if
was
there were,
looking for the words, but it doesn't get any better than that. You found the correct words. Thank you, Joe.
yeah, so
I'm just waiting for the confirmation of the points. I do want to read him here on stream before we clock out. Um, Let me see. Tour final, tour final, tour final. Where the fuck are you, tour final?
I do actually wonder what the difference would have been if Snake won the GZ. I mean, I only came halfway through, but I had it in my head that Bassett would have won it.
I think Ben Young
regardless,
will
but
just tell us
looking
that
at the
at some
secondary,
point.
looking at the secondary
Yeah,
classifications, I'm
yeah.
not sure if
Because,
Bassett could have outweighed it.
like I said, Snake did do quite the comeback in the KOM to third. I'm not sure if it will have been enough, but he does have second in points compared to the fifth. No, where even is Snake here? Oh, he's not. He lost his sprinter. Maybe that would make the
Colombiano
difference.
lost a bronze medal because he tied on the KOM standings with Basso.
Yep, sucks, I guess. To be fair, good or bad, players like AGAP and especially El Colombiano at one point were at least offensive. Not always in the best way, true, but they at least gave us some moments to watch. They entertained us. They were offensive, especially in that mountain stage where El Colombiano did that wonderful solo and AGAP managed to follow him, catch him, reel him in, and then pass him. We have the standings for the final of the tour. In the World Championships, it's Basso 265, 50-point difference, 204. It actually would have been an 11-point difference, but Basso would still be winning. Yes, you are correct. It wasn't that far off, but we have Basso. Congratulations, Basso! You are the champion of the world with 265 points. Strong, dominant performance from the I think reigning world champ that does the double. This is the second consecutive tour for him, if I'm not wrong. Yes, he did have
Yeah.
the world championship,
Yeah.
the world championship jersey, so it is. Snake second place. Congratulations to him as well. That silver, at the end of the day, has to taste good for him. I know he wanted gold, but he still did one heck of a show. He put on one heck of a show. Fought for the medal, believed he deserved one, and he was right, and he played for it. Gets the second place, 154 points. Third place is Hashi, 117 points, and fourth place the heartbreak for El Colombiano, 115 points, 2 points behind Hashi. AGAP fifth, 102, and Ebriti sixth with 35 points. And in the mud, as I like to call, not just to him but to every player that ends up sixth, we always do this joke. Sixth and in the mud, Ebriti. So as you pointed out and well, and as I suspected when I first saw the game results, El Colombiano losing the bronze because he tied on points for the KOM, bro, KOM. Thank you to George. Again, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm gonna say Simon is the GOAT of the Giro 25 because he actually won him. I actually like Simon Yates and he actually deserved it because he attacked for it. And Del Toro decided to play PCM Wheel Suck Simulator and got fucked. So that's always funny. I don't know. Well, Van Aert did a great job. I guess I can say it. Wout Van Aert and Simon are the GOATs, and Simon Yates are the GOATs of the Giro 25. They both did a great work. I can say the F word. I can say fuck and shit and motherfucker because it's an R-rated stream, so I can say whatever the fuck I want within limits that I'm still within those. So yeah, it's good. Thank you everyone for joining. These were the World Championship. This was tour final of the World Championship. That's the correct sentence I want to use here. Not sure when we will be seeing each other. Hopefully not soon because the season is almost over. So not gonna miss you. Let's not pretend I will. But I had fun with everyone here watching the stream. Thank you to, we peaked at, I don't remember, 19, 20 viewers, something like that at some point. Thank you to everyone that watched. A special thanks again to those that were in the chat. Mikun, Gacho, Andrew Walker, El Colombiano, Fefe, Nacho, Adox, Pablo, Huli, and George. Thank you for the 2 bits. I'm going to be rich today. I'm going to have dessert and everything. Thank you for that. Even bigger thanks to Joe for joining me at some point. Always to Ben, not just for the organization, but for the info he gave me during the race. Big congrats to Basso. He is the champion of the world. Snake Silver and Hashi third. And I also think it should be confirmed by now, we're close, that Hashi wins the gold medal of the overall classification track and road. So congratulations to him as well. And we will be back soon for something at some point. Don't quote me on when because I have no idea. Big thanks to our sponsor PCM UK. Come for the fun, stay for the Mickey Mousery, and there's a lot of that there. And I'll see you when I see you. We're not going to do interviews because, well, I really don't want to. This isn't an IMA stream and I couldn't give 2 fucks. And I have other things to do. Congratulations to the biggest of all dogs for his first gold medal this year. George Sofronio for his first gold medal this year. Congrats to PCM UK for the breaking the record of most bronze medals in a world championship. And our best season in terms of medal winning number, not the type. Thank you to all. These were the world championships and these were the champions of the world. And today's champion of the world was Basso. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you, Joe.